Maya, everybody knows that the Bighorn, the Eagle Bear, and the Ravenous are the best guns in the game. But what do we do if we don't have those?
What's up, agents? How y'all doing? Hope everybody's hanging in there, being as safe as you need to be. Today I'm using my floating head shirt. I got my awesome new Under Armour shirt. It's green, and I realize putting it on here, probably going to end up with a floating head, so we'll see. Anyway, I want to go over my favorite weapons. So this is not going to be what the best weapons are. I'm going to tell you for each archetype which version of the weapon is my favorite version to use and why I choose to use it. I'll also go ahead and say which named item in each category I prefer as well. Most of the time it's actually the named version of the same gun, but there are a couple times that that varies. So without further ado, I'll jump right on into it. Do me a favor, smash that like button if you think that this is worthy. Hopefully by the end of this, I'll earn your subscription. And if there's anything new in this or you think this could help somebody out, please share the video. That's the best thing you can do to help my channel. All right, agents, let's get into my favorite weapons. All right, we'll go with this shirt. It's a little less distracting. All right, so for the rifle, it's all about the classic M1A. Easy to use. If you're on console, it's not a big deal. This has a lot of stability right out the gate. Has great burst damage. It's just an easy gun to use. As far as the attributes, I want damage to armor. If I can't get damage to armor, then I want to have headshot damage on it. The M1A has been the shit in the Division 1. It's the shit in the Division 2. It's the gun. As far as the named version of the rifle, we'll just go with the baker's dozen. It is the classic M1A named, and it comes with the perfect lucky shots. Nice gun right here, but I prefer to actually roll with a classic M1A with boomerang on it. I spec a lot into crit hit chance, so this allows me to pump out significantly more damage, but use what works for you. Next, we'll move on to the assault rifles. As far as the assault rifle, I'll admit right out the gate, I'm a little biased. Playing the private beta, the very first purple superior weapon I got to drop, because it only went to level 7. So basically you hit level 7, then you were just trying to get whatever gear you could. I got this weird purple gun called the Custom P416 G3. Little did I know, for console players, this is the best gun for console as far as I'm concerned. It has great stability, it has great range, it just works wonderfully. You don't have to put any mods on it, works great, so you can mod it out however you want, and it takes the link laser pointer. So again, I'm biased because this was the shit since the private beta, and it's still the shit to date. There is a named version of this called the Glory Days with perfectly nearsighted. This thing does not move. So if you're a console player and you're willing to give up a little damage, this is a wonderful weapon. I will note though that the king for damage, of course, is the test subject. This gives you the perfect in sync, which nets you a 40% bonus to weapon damage as well as skill damage when both are proc simultaneously. So P416 as far as my favorite high-end gun. If I'm going to use a named, I will go with the test subject. Next we come to the Marksman Rifles, and in all fairness, I do not use the Marksman Rifle anywhere near as much as I did in Division 1 when there wasn't rifles and Marksman Rifles. It was just, everything was a Marksman Rifle. So, but the classic M44 carbine is my choice simply. It has the highest per bullet damage. If I'm going to be using a Marksman Rifle, I want to take dudes down in one hit. That's the whole point of running a Marksman Rifle, right? Sniper, one shot kill. For the Marksman Rifles, I want damage to armor, and because if you're running a Marksman Rifle, you're already going to be stacking a lot of headshot damage, I'll go for out of cover. Damage to our targets out of cover. I find that tends to be a good multiplier if you don't have the damage to armor, which I think is the best one to go for. Note that you can get the White Death, which is the M44. This comes with 137% headshot damage. get yourself a good white death if you like using Marksman Rifles. Now, as far as the shotguns, this is an easy one for me. I go with the ACS-12, our good old Division 1 showstopper. It's the only fully automatic shotgun in the game. For me, if I'm going to be using a shotgun, it means dudes are up on me real close, and so I want to be able to burst them down as quickly as possible. Thus, the full auto works best for me in this case. Now, normally, I would talk about the named shotguns. I'm going to talk about a named shotgun, but I'm going to talk about the backup boomstick, which is technically a sidearm and also technically a shotgun. This is a double barrel sawed-off that comes out. It has natively 17% shotgun damage. Talk about being able to burst dudes down when they come close. The cool thing is you can roll on whatever your favorite perk is, but what I like is Future Perfect. This means that when I blast a dude down, if I'm at skill tier 6 with my skill build, that will put me into overcharge for 15 seconds. So, a great combination. My nice little wombo combo I do there. ACS-12 for the shotgun itself, for a primary, secondary weapon. As far as the sidearm, nothing beats the backup boomstick. Of course, I'm sure people know, but this is an ode to Evil Dead, or more specifically, Army of Darkness.
See this? This is my boomstick. It's a 12-gauge double-barreled Remington. S-Mart's top of the line. You can find this in the sporting goods department. That's right, this sweet baby was made in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Retails for about $109.95. It's got a walnut stock, cobalt blue steel, and a hair trigger. That's right, shop smart. Shop S-Mart. You got that?
All right, so the SMGs. This, I know a lot of people have a lot of different ideas of what the best SMG. To me, it's all about rate of fire. I prefer the Vector SBR 9mm. I know there's an argument for the 45 ACP. It's just that all the best vectors to drop for me have been 9mm, so I won't argue between the two. You want damaged armor or damage to targets out of cover as your attribute, and again, I like it because it has the highest burst damage you can get. Now, you really want to have some fun, throw something like measured on here to really see your rate of fire shoot up, and then of course you can mix this with some other different combinations to get your fire rate up even further. So a lot of fun there, a lot of fun. As far as the name version, you can get the Dark Winter, which is the Vector. The Dark Winter comes with Perfect Killer, so instead of the 40% bonus damage that you get, or bonus critical hit damage that you get, it gives you plus 50% critical hit damage. So a wonderful little weapon right here. I really like it. Now we'll move into the light machine guns. As far as the LMGs, for me, it's all about the tactical M249 Paratrooper. This, again, for a console player, it has a lot of accuracy, so the reticle will zoom in a lot quicker than most of the other machine guns. It has a large magazine, and so what we can do here with the 249, and it takes the Link laser pointer too. So it's just a really easy gun to use, has a lot of ammo, puts out a good amount of damage, and LMGs are good, of course, because you can use them to suppress enemies. So for any of my skill build guys, one of the biggest complications, particularly in the higher levels, is when you send your skill out and the enemy moves at the last second. Well, if they're suppressed, they won't move. So this is where LMGs come into play. Now, as far as the named LMGs, the Carnage, this is wonderful. It's a super high rate of fire, and it's got the perfect sadist. So we do the plus 25% bonus damage to bleeding enemies. So you guys know there's a lot of sources of bleed in this game, so it can be active quite often. And every third enemy you kill, you'll proc bleed, so you do additional damage to them as well. And we'll finish this off with the pistol. The TDI card custom has to be the winner. I mean, this is a pistol that will give you +1 skill tier. So no matter what kind of build you're using, this is beneficial. And of course, this really shines for if you're using a weapon core or armor core build and you need to get a little bit of extra healing or a little extra oomph out of your skills. Right when you're going to deploy your skill, you switch over to your pistol real quick, deploy your skill, it gets the bonus of that +1 skill tier. Then when you've done your business, switch right on back to whatever you were doing. You know, there's so many weapons in this game, and, you know, really it comes down to RNG, what kind of rolls you get as to what you can use. I'm just stating what I have found through my experience from the private beta to date, what my favorite weapon is by Archetype, and this simply is because these are what work best for me, right? There's no other reason. You know, there's other weapons that can get higher burst damage, they have other practical utilitarian uses, but these are the guns, when one drops, I automatically like, okay, I'm going to check out that weapon. You know, there's so many times when you get loot in this that you're just breaking it down, right? So the question I have to you, and comment down below, what is the weapon that when you see one drop, it's not an automatic discard breakdown? What is the weapon that when you see it, you're like, ooh, what is that? For me, overall, hands down, anytime I see a custom P416, and even the military P416, even though it has a tiny little bit less stability, you know, still a great gun too. But yeah, every time a 416 drops, I'm like, ooh, let me check it out. Let me check it out. What is that weapon for you? Let me know. Anyway, agents, thank you so much for checking this out. Smash that like button. Hopefully I've earned your subscription. Share this video if you think it can be worthwhile, even if you don't think it'll be worthwhile, hell. And you agents, be safe. I'll check you all in the dark zone.
Okay, we should keep moving.
Rogue agent detected. Rogue defender drone detected.
Wow.
Rogue artillery turret detected.
Not scared. I'm going for it. I don't want to hurt you. Need to reload. Damn. I lost the star. That big gun will help us. Fucking perfect.
Rogue agent eliminated.
We did it.
Supply room access unlocked.
Flawless victory.